All that it takes, you show that you don't want your government, and if he perceives that government is not really ready to do business with him, he helps you. So all this Charles Taylor and Prince Yomi Johnson got that training there, and so forth, and came to cause trouble in Liberia, Sierra Leone, and many other people. And then he also went down to the grassroots. The local religious groups funded them to build mosques and Islamia schools and so on and so forth. He also invested heavily in many countries. You go to places like Cameroon, you see Libyan oil, like any other petrol station you see in Nigeria and many other countries. So those leaders, Gaddafi is a wonderful person. It's true, he's a wonderful person to them. He helped them. Anti-apartheid, ANC is a beneficiary, and so many of them. But Nigeria helped a lot. But Nigeria never talked about anybody they are helping. Nigeria just think they have all the money in the world to throw anywhere they want to help a country. And by the time success is achieved, nobody ever remembers that Nigeria is to play any role anywhere. So they forget about it.
So and we don't cash in on
whatever
it is that we do
it's not
for
in
a
our
country.
character. So when Libyan leader eventually think that he can now go back to the memory lane and start talking with African High Command, as exposed by Kwame Nkrumah many years ago, and one continental government and so on, and Nigeria was not really on the receiving, was not ready to receive that kind of idea, and somewhere along the line. So he thinks anything about Nigeria really is something else. So there is this suspicion. So if Nigerians, if that man is overthrown, Nigeria, because I don't think Nigeria really is Nigeria itself is a contradiction, internal policy. We have any business to recognize the rebels in Libya, but there is a push from the West. Definitely there is.
So what about the fact that those who think that global leaders of the West always want to come into Africa, sovereign countries, and do what they will without Africans really standing up and saying, no, hold on a minute, we need to take the first step? Or is it that Africans themselves or African leaders always on the back foot waiting for that nudge?
Well, you see, when you have clueless leadership, I'm sorry to say that, but that's my opinion. Anything is okay. We are desperate to be members of the Security Council of the United Nations, and we think anything we will do to dance to the tune of the United States imperialism, to please Britain and so on, is okay. Somewhere along the line, there's going to be a day for them to pay us back. So, but as far as Libya is concerned, Muammar Gaddafi has himself to blame. He overstayed, and he knew there was no love lost between him and the Western world.
You should have bowed out a long time
For him to hang around for 42 years is unforgivable, and therefore whatever happened to him really is. But that is not an excuse for Nigeria to close its eyes. But I had some latest discovery after all the furore about recognizing the rebels. I'm not saying that the rebels should not be recognized, because you are talking of now de jure and whatever. They are keeping the land. Only about 4 towns are not under them. So sooner or later, one day, you will accept them as government. But the way things are happened, the haphazard way, Western world, they never think of Africa. They concocted something called United Nations Security Council resolution to do so and so in Libya. What is it? NATO command were bombing every target available they can find to weaken Mr. Gaddafi. Okay, so they did all that.
So what's the discovery, very quickly?
Now these ragtag people who are really ordinary demonstrators, no guns whatsoever. Before you say anything now, I have never seen a most indisciplined army like the Libyan rebels, because they don't pay a kobo for those weapons. That's why.
How did they get them?
Western world, they drop all those weapons, haphazard training and so on and so on. Some of them really are not even Libyans, but they are in uniform, running those giant weapons of destruction you are seeing. But the issue is very simple. Muammar Gaddafi is gone, whether he likes it or not. The possibility of Gaddafi come there. But Nigeria, if Nigeria believes that OAU means anything to it, Nigeria should have talked to them. Talk to OAU level. Bring, even if there's a division, then they go and do whatever it is. But you sneak behind and recognize so and so, and then when they shout, they say, we are here. We fear the security of our own citizens there. Actually, that argument is neither here nor there, because unknown to Nigerian government of today, Nigeria and Libya will have a long history of trans-African, trans-Saharan trade. In my own state, somebody who became another Nigerian minister was of Libyan origin. Nobody can remember all these things. So we have people, and they are in their own country too, in Libya, just like in Togo. Chief of Army Staff in Togo is a Nigerian for Ejigbo in Osun State.
Even though we have,
so we don't,
recent
that's not an
reports
excuse.
of governments appealing to rebels to stop killing sub-Saharan Africans in the region, but unfortunately we have to end
we have to make amend. We have to say something nice to fall in line.
You know, Elijah, sorry, Chamberlain, I know you're about to round up, but quickly, I know that you already said something about the indiscipline of the rebels. Are you afraid for that? Because do you think that we will ever be able to muster the discipline needed to be able to pull that country together?
It's not going to be easy, because gun for everybody, anybody who likes it. And because you see, in the regular army, you are given certain number of bullets. You really have to just, when you are retiring those things, you must justify what you use with each and every one. But here you have the slightest smile, you open fire everywhere. It doesn't matter. The problem is that